What's good, YouTube, and welcome to another KaibaHacksDartz Yu-Gi-Oh video. Today we're coming at you with another deck profile, deck list, deck update, whatever you like to call it. And this is Crystal Beasts for July 2024. Now, if you don't know the Crystal Beasts, this is some classic Jesse Anderson stuff from the GX anime. You know, there's 7 kind of main deck Crystal Beasts, plus, you know, like the Rainbow Dragons and such. And they come together to make a pretty sick deck. So we'll start her off. Now, every Crystal Beast monster has the effect that when the face-up card is destroyed in a monster zone, you can place it face-up in your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell instead. And they don't have any effect when they're there. That's just so you can use some of the other effects, or use, you know, spell or trap cards that are based on some of these effects. So we got 3 of the Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus. When this card is summoned, you can place 1 Crystal Beast monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard face up in your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell. So he's a good way to get something specific out to the field. And then you can use cards like Ruby Carbuncle, which we're running 2 of. And it's when this card is special summoned, you can special summon as many Crystal Beast monsters as cards as possible from your spell and trap card zone. And if this, you know, the same effect, he'll go to your spell and trap card zone if he's destroyed. So you basically one of the ways is to line up, you know, your spell and trap card zones with Crystal Beasts, and then special summon the Carbuncle. Now we are also running 1 of each of the rest of the Crystal Beast monsters, and their effects aren't too important, other than maybe the Amethyst Cat I like, just because it can attack directly, and I maybe will make a direct attack kind of Crystal Beast deck in the future. The rest are just kind of to activate the effects. Next, we are running 1 Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. It's if this face-up card is destroyed in a monster zone, you can place it in your face-up spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell instead of sending it to the graveyard. And you can only use each of the following effects of Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon once per turn. When an attack is declared involving a Crystal Beast monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. And you can banish this card, treat it as a continuous spell. Special summon 1 level 4 or lower Crystal Beast monster from your deck, but negate its effects. And if you do, add 1 ultimate crystal monster from your deck to your hand. So we aren't running any of the, like, ultimate kind of stuff, but other than, you know, the extra deck. But, oh, and, you know, Rainbow Dragon himself, because he's ultimate crystal. But, same thing, you know, with the effects here. Cannot be normal summon / set. Must be special summoned from your hand by having 7 Crystal Beast cards with different names on your field and or graveyard. And this card cannot activate the following effects the turn it is special summoned, sorry. Quick effect, you can send all Crystal Beast monsters you control to the graveyard, and this card gains 1,000 attack for each monster sent to the graveyard. You can banish all Crystal Beast monsters from your graveyard, and shuffle all cards on the field into the deck. So, you know, he's a pretty wild little card. And, yeah, like I said, sorry, he does have some cool effects there, but not the main one. I always get him confused. Next, we're running a Crystal Master and a Crystal Keeper. I just like to mess around with these guys. I'm trying them out, seeing how they work. And I figure, you know, if this is a deck you're running, it could be a nice little introduction into Pendulum Summoning, since they are pretty basic, and, you know, it's just to bring out some of those lower level guys. You can get an idea on how Pendulum Summoning works, which I may also make a video on soon, since I know that's a hot topic. Next, we're running an Ash Blossom. You know, you could run more of these, less, whatever you're feeling. I'm still kind of teching into the deck here. And a Contact C. We're just trying out some different hand trap power. And that's it for the monsters. Next, going into spells, we have 3 Awakening of the Crystal Ultimates. That's a great little card here. Reveal 1 ultimate crystal monster in your hand, then activate 1 of these effects. If you control an ultimate crystal monster, you can activate 1 or 2 of these effects in sequence instead, and you do not have to reveal a monster. Sorry about that. Take one Rainbow Bridge card or one Rainbow Refraction from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. And special summon one Crystal Beast monster card from your hand, deck, graveyard, or spell and trap card zone. And you can only use one per turn. So pretty decent little card. Like I said, we're teching out different stuff, seeing what works. Next, we got Rainbow Bridge of the Heart. During your main phase, you can normal summon one Crystal Beast monster in addition to your normal summon / set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. And you can only use one of each of the following effects of Rainbow Bridge of the Heart once per turn. During your main phase, you can destroy one Crystal Beast card you control, or add it in your hand. And if you or in your hand, and if you do, add one Crystal spell / trap from your deck to your hand. If a Crystal Beast card is placed in your spell and trap card zone, even during the damage step, you can target one card in your opponent controls and return both that card and this card to the hand. So, you know, you can do some wacky little stuff with this card for sure. And it helps to just, you know, extend those plays a bit. Like I said, we were running 3 of those. And next, we are running 2 Crystal Beacon. Pretty basic little card, but it's just special summon one Crystal Beast monster from your deck. And you must have 2 or more Crystal Beast cards in your spell or trap card zone to activate this effect. So, you know, it's a good for pretty much anything, but especially that Ruby Carbuncle, if you want to pull out whatever you have in those, you know, those zones. Another card we are rocking is 2 Crystal Aegis, or Aegis. I'm not exactly sure how you say it. But this is basically a way to get another Crystal Beast monster with a different name on the field. And it's target one Crystal Beast monster you control, destroy it, and then special summon one Crystal Beast token with the destroyed monster's original type, attribute, level, and attack and defense. So basically, it's another little Crystal Beast monster. And then, you know, since you're destroying one, it's going into your spell and traps anyway. And it's if a Crystal Beast card is placed in your spell and trap card zone while this card is in your graveyard, even during the damage step, you can banish this card and special summon one Crystal Beast monster card from your spell and trap card zone. So I figure it's another way to get Ruby Carbuncle kind of back out if he is, you know, in the spell and trap card zone as well as everything else. Plus, it's that extra monster for, you know, those Rainbow Dragon plays and such. Next, we're rocking 2 Crystal Release. And this is just something I'm working on maybe for the direct attack deck when I kind of get there in the future. Like I said, try out different things. And it's equipped only to a Crystal Beast monster, gains 800 attack, and when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can place one Crystal Beast monster from your deck face up in your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell. So this might be another kind of combo where you could either, you know, just use it as an attack, or you could equip this to a monster you know you're going to get rid of with something else, maybe with Crystal Aegis. So when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can place another one down in your spell and trap card zone. You know what I mean? So you can slowly build up stuff. There's a lot of like weird little off plays you can do to kind of get more monsters in there to future bring out. Next, we are running 1 Rainbow Bridge. I'd like to probably get more of these just to search like any crystal spell or trap from deck to hand. And it's not a once per turn, so you know you can kind of go off with it as deck thinning as well. Next, we got 1 Crystal Bond, another card I'd probably like to get more of. And it's just a good way to get a Crystal Beast, you know, into your hand. And then another one on the field. Next, we're running 1 Ancient City Rainbow Ruins. We're just kind of tacking around with the field spells and such. But it is a pretty weird card, and you can get some pretty nuts effects off if you can get up to all 5 in your spell and trap card zones. And it works pretty good with the like Crystal Aegis and stuff if you're maybe lining up some plays. Crystal Promise. You know, just a way to bring out something easy, you know, carbuncles or whatever you need to do. Foolish Burial Goods, because a lot of the cards can be set up for plays in the graveyard. Might run more of this. It's also just something we're teching out. And then we just threw in a Monster Reborn. You know, always like to have a classic in there. Good stuff. Next, we'll move on to the traps here. We're running 2 Crystal Miracle. And it's when a spell / trap card or monster effect is activated, destroy 1 Crystal Beast card you control, and if you do, negate that activation. And if you do that, destroy that card. If a Crystal Beast card is placed in your spell and trap card zone while this card is in your graveyard, even during the damage step, you can banish this card and place one Crystal Beast monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard face up in your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell. So I figure that, there's a lot of ways to, obviously, it's play stop and stuff, but it's also kind of getting them into your spell and trap card zone if that's what you're trying to do at that moment. But then also, it is a Crystal Beast card you control, so if you really had to, you can hit one that's in your spell and trap card zone as well. So it's not too bad of a card, and I'm running 2 of those if I didn't mention that. Next, we're just running 1 Crystal Conclave. Once per turn, if a face-up Crystal Beast monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon 1 Crystal Beast monster from your deck. You can send this face-up card from the field to the graveyard, then target 1 Crystal Beast card you control and 1 card on the field, return them to the hand. So you never know what you're going to be pulling off with that, but it is just a good little removal / setup for some other stuff. Next, we're trying out an Ultimate Crystal Magic. When your Crystal Beast monster is destroyed by battle, you can send 7 Crystal Beast cards with different names from your hand, deck, and or face-up field to the graveyard, and special summon 1 Ultimate Crystal Fusion monster from your extra deck. So, we're trying that out. It's got a little bit more effects there, but that's the gist of it. Next, we're trying out 1 Crystal Brilliance, some more stuff maybe for the direct attack kind of aspects that I'm working on. But you can only control 1 Crystal Brilliance, and each Crystal Beast monster you control gains attack equal to its original defense. And if a Crystal Beast card is placed in your spell and trap card zone, even during the damage step, you can send this face-up card to the graveyard to special summon 1 Crystal Beast monster from your hand or graveyard. Also, any damage you take this turn is halved. So, it works pretty well. When you're popping off stuff, it can be a little bit of a stall piece. It's just good recycling, so I'm trying it out. Same thing with Crystal Boon, just 1. And it's special summon up to 2 Crystal Beast monsters from your spell and trap card zone, and if you do, gain life points equal to their combined original attack. And if a Crystal Beast card / cards, is placed in your spell and trap card zone while this is in your graveyard, even during the damage step, you can banish this card, excavate the top card of your deck, and if it's a Crystal Beast monster, either add it to your hand or special summon it. Otherwise, send that card to the graveyard. So, another weird one I'm just trying out, seeing what works good so I can maybe run multiple copies of them. And that's everything for the main deck there. For the extra deck, we are running 1 Rainbow Overdragon. Clear a bit of a space here for them. 1 Ultimate Crystal Rainbow Dragon Overdrive. And we could bump these numbers up. This is just kind of the basic bare bones extra deck I got. We're running 2 Tornado Dragon, just because I had an extra one kind of laying around. I figured why not? Well, I got a bunch of them, but same with Castel the Sky Blaster. You could throw in as many as you want, just kind of an extra piece. Pit Knight Early. Secure Gardna. Maybe if I had more Pit Knight Earlies in there. And a Nightmare Phoenix. Obviously, that's not a full extra deck, but usually I like to leave some extra space for future, plays. But also, just the generic kind of stuff, generic Link monsters, the generic kind of rank 3, rank 4 kind of stuff. You throw in your own flavor, the extra decks where you can put in a little bit of magic. Go outside the norms of the deck, you know what I mean? And of course, you might need some token cards. So I just threw in the Crystal Beast tokens. Even though these ones are, fancy, I think this one's my favorite just because it's got all the crystal rocks on there, you know what I mean? It looks pretty cool. So, if you like this deck profile, if you think there's anything I should add or anything I left out, there is lots of cards I do want to add to the deck and, swap out. Like I said, I'm just trying out some things, seeing what works and what kind of gives options and stuff. And I'd like to, take it in some different ways. And of course, do, the different Crystal Beast kind of stuff, the Dark Crystal plays and like the advanced stuff and all that. So, like I said, if there's anything you think I'm missing, make sure to let me know in the comments. Other than that, make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that little notification bell. Check out my other deck profiles. I'm usually coming out with at least 1 a week. And, thanks for watching. Peace.